Greetings, mathematicians. We are going to go over how to multiply binomials, and eventually we'll be able to also multiply a binomial times a trinomial. All right, let's get to it. And I actually think there might have been one out there that I saw on the news. The moon was amazing. All right, let me get my screen ready to go. And your sheet should be orange. So you're going to take notes off of that. So I'm going to show you two different ways to multiply two binomials. All right, so just to review, a binomial has two terms, and we are going to use distributive property here, and then also a method called Punnett square. So the first method is called FOIL. It's an acronym meaning first, outer, inner, last. And so I'm going to go ahead and go over an example with you. So this is considered a binomial. It has two terms. This is also a binomial. Now, how we know we're going to multiply that, they are right next to each other. There's no plus or minus in between here. So that indicates that we need to multiply. So the first terms, x and x, we are going to multiply. And x times x, if you remember, this is probably where you left off last spring. You are going to add the exponents. So both of these would be to the first power. X times x equals x squared. And then we're going to multiply the outer. So we're going to take that x and we're going to multiply it by -9. X times -9, we put that coefficient first. We write -9x. Next is inner. We're going to take 6 times x equals 6x. And then we're going to multiply last, the last terms from each binomial. 6 times -9, which is going to equal a -54. Now what we have to do is get a simplified answer. We get like terms together. So we first look, is any other term have a squared with it? That is the only one. And this is going to be called descending order. We're going to go from the highest power down to the lowest. This is a degree of 2. Next, we're going to look at -9x. That's going to combine with 6x. -9x plus 6x, -3x. And then last but not least, we have the constant, -54. So this becomes what's called a trinomial. This would have degree of 2 because that is the term with the highest degree. This term would have degree of 1, and the constant would have degree of 0. So I'm just going to write that. So this particular trinomial has a degree of 2. Now I want to show you one other method called Punnett square. And this may look familiar in biology class where you end up doing some genetic work. We're going to put one of the binomials on the top. I'll put x plus 6 on the top, and I will put x and -9 on the bottom. So basically what we're doing is just finding the area of this square. We're going to take x times x, if that helps you put the exponents there, those would both be to the first power. 1 plus 1 would equal 2. X times 6, make sure you put that coefficient first, then the variable. -9 times x, and then -9 times 6. And just be real careful with your signs. Now again, we need to simplify that. What you're going to notice is that the diagonals are going to be like terms. And so I'm going to simplify that here in just a second. But again, we want to put our final answer in descending order. We're going to put that x squared first. Then we're going to get negative 9x and 6x together. We're going to add those together, gives us negative 3x. And then again, we're left with that constant of negative 54. Now, if we look, we get the same trinomial answer. So you just need to decide if you like using FOIL, which is more of a distributive property type of way of figuring it out, or you can make these little boxes, and actually I have them all made up for the assignment. All you have to do is fill in the boxes and get a simplified answer.